Hello, my name is Jennifer Tillman, and I'm currently enrolled in the Instructional Technology Specialist Degree Program at Kennesaw State University. The title of my capstone project is I Respond in Cobb Teaching and Learning System Professional Development. The Cobb Teaching and Learning System, or CTLS, is a web-based platform that provides teachers immediate feedback regarding student achievement in order to drive instruction. Last year, my school served as a pilot school in the county to begin assessing students formatively and summatively using CTLS. As a required part of the pilot program, our students took standard-based assessments, including unit tests called touchstones, using a student response system called I Respond. Students take paper and pencil assessments and then enter their answers into the I Respond system using their student remotes. I Respond collects the data and sends it directly to CTLS. Teachers and students are able to immediately see their assessment results.
Using iRespond is pretty easy. It is really fun, and if you like doing it, it'll be fun to you too. And it doesn't take a long time. It's just a short period of time. Honestly, my favorite moment is when you get a really good test score and you see it like 100%, and you're like, yes, I did so good. And then it shows you what you need to improve on as well.
I like I Respond because it lets you know your grade quicker than if you would hand grade it. We use it very often in our classroom, and we use it for math tests, spelling, reading, a ton of different types.
Teachers need I Respond and CTLS professional development for a few different reasons. Having professional development will allow teachers to feel more competent in using student response systems. When teachers feel as if they have sufficient training with new technology, they will have a higher self-efficacy and will want to devote time into learning a new system and using it within their classroom. Historically, at my school, when teachers feel as if they have proper training and support, they are more likely to implement a new program. Having professional development will give teachers the support structure they need in order to effectively use I Respond and CTLS. Another reason teachers need professional development is because there are several benefits to using I Respond and CTLS. Teachers can use I Respond at any time. When using it during a lesson, students are more actively engaged. Teachers and students receive immediate feedback when using student response systems. And teachers can clear up any common misconceptions on the spot, as well as show question results and have students analyze incorrect answers. CTLS allows teachers to analyze student data. CTLS reports show students who answer correctly and incorrectly. You can see which of your students need remediation for a particular standard. You can also compare data. CTLS also shows the percentage of students giving correct and incorrect answers for each question. It can group questions together based on standards, and this can allow teachers to differentiate instruction based on students' needs. Also, a big selling point for using CTLS is that it grades student answers. Teachers are able to spend more time creating instructional plans using their student data instead of grading papers. Most importantly, there's a need for I Respond and CTLS training because it is required by our district. Training is needed to help teachers understand CTLS. If we have to give CTLS assessments, then teachers need to know and understand the system. Training is needed to help teachers understand how to give the assessment using I Respond and how to create reports in order to analyze student data. It would also be beneficial if teachers knew how to create and share their own assessments in CTLS. For my capstone project, I plan to provide professional development for teachers on how to use iRespond and the CTLS platform in order to use the data to effectively instruct our students in 1st through 5th grades. I planned on working with our local technology training integration specialists to develop and implement a training program. Because we had access to hundreds of test questions in CTLS, part of my plan was also to provide small group training on creating standards-based assessments within CTLS. I created a survey for the staff at my school to establish teacher comfort and knowledge level of using CTLS, and also to determine which teachers were interested in individual or small group coaching sessions with either iRespond or CTLS. The 3 main concepts for professional development in my capstone plan were to train grade level teams on using iRespond either during or after instructional lessons, to train teachers on how to create standard-based assessments, and to train teachers on how to retrieve data from CTLS, whether the data was from touchstone assessments or teacher-created assessments. My goal was to schedule monthly training sessions with grade level teams, and individual coaching sessions would be scheduled with teachers as needed. Evaluation measures would be put into place to determine the effectiveness of my professional development capstone project. CTLS formative and summative assessment samples would be collected from teachers. Also, samples of lesson plans would be collected showing how teachers use data from reports to drive instruction. In addition to the samples being collected, teachers will be given a pulse survey to determine their knowledge of using CTLS and iRespond after professional development. Unfortunately, several other initiatives were implemented at my school last year. The staff worked really hard for the majority of the year to achieve our Advanced Ed certification. Each grade level began integrating problem-based learning into their curriculum. Time during our staff development planning days was mostly designated for us to create PBL units for each 9-week instructional period. Curriculum-based STEM focus days were also established. On these days, between 20 and 30 educators from across the state came to visit us to learn about our STEM initiative and environmental education program. With these ongoing STEM initiatives in which the school were already involved, by the way, all of which were great initiatives, the process of completing the capstone project did not go as I had planned. Teachers attended the required training during the first semester of school, but there was just too much going on at our school for teachers to take time for additional volunteer training and coaching sessions. Although teachers may have wanted to attend professional development and implement a new program, there was a general consensus of overwhelmed feelings among the staff. Quite honestly, we just had too much going on, and it was difficult to generate interest in learning all the components of a new technology program on top of everything else we were doing. Teachers felt as if they knew enough about iRespond and CTLS to do what was required of them. So, my capstone project was carried out on a smaller scale than I anticipated. Professional development occurred with my 5th grade team as opposed to volunteers from the entire staff. After the first semester of training, interviews were conducted with 5th grade teachers instead of the surveys that were scheduled. 5th grade teachers felt confident in using iRespond, but not in creating assessments. As a result of these conversations, it was determined that 5th grade teachers needed more training on using CTLS to create formative and summative assessments. 5th grade collaborative training occurred throughout the 2nd semester of the school year. It was easier to meet with other 5th grade teachers on my team since we had a common planning time and we met at least once a week after school. During the 5th grade training sessions, I modeled how to create standard-based assessments in CTLS and how to share the assessments with other teachers. During the work time of the sessions, we each created math and social studies assessments and shared them with the team. 5th grade teachers were surveyed at the end of the year to evaluate the capstone professional development. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being I had no knowledge of the topic, to 10 being I'm very knowledgeable on the topic and need no professional development, 83% of teachers surveyed reported a knowledge level of 8 or greater in using iRespond. However, only 50% of 5th grade teachers surveyed rated their knowledge level of using the CTLS platform an 8 or greater. In addition, only 50% of 5th grade teachers rated their knowledge level of retrieving data from CTLS as an 8 or greater. Teachers who participated in the capstone training felt knowledgeable in using iRespond. However, they did not feel knowledgeable in using CTLS and retrieving data from assessments. 5th grade teachers also stated that although they felt more comfortable and could see the benefits of using CTLS, time constraints prohibited them from learning to use it effectively. This capstone project gave me the experience of being a technology coach and also helped me to develop leadership skills. Allowing teachers to have input into what they want professional development to look like is very important when initiating school-wide change. When teachers feel overwhelmed, they may not want to take the time to learn and implement a new instructional practice. However, sometimes there are certain professional development sessions and initiatives that are determined by the district and teachers are required to participate. During these instances, it is important for a technology leader to foster innovations and contribute to the change process in schools. By using iRespond and CTLS with my 5th grade team, we were able to begin acting as change agents within our school. Professional development on using both programs is still occurring this year. The 5th grade team is using both more this year and encouraging our fellow coworkers to do the same. This capstone also allowed me to gain more experience in coaching other teachers. Modeling the management of digital tools was shared with the 5th grade team. Knowledge was also gained in troubleshooting basic software problems while using CTLS and iRespond. Usually, several teachers would experience the same problem while using either of the digital tools. After helping one teacher, it was a lot easier to help the others who experienced the same issues. I also learned skills necessary to help training sessions run smoothly. For instance, using a slate allowed me to move around the classroom during training sessions instead of being stuck in the front of the class at the smartboard. I learned more about iRespond and CTLS, allowing me to model the effective use of digital tools in order to measure student learning. Being both a technology leader and a teacher leader, being required to use new technology, allowed for a unique point of view beneficial to completing this capstone. I knew the stress that teachers felt in having something else added to their plate. Even though teachers did not necessarily want to learn the new technology, it was expected of them. Being able to listen to fellow teachers and sympathize with them allowed for the practice of having a disposition of an effective technology leader. Although the capstone was completed on a smaller scale than intended, it was a great pilot for school-wide implementation. The capstone allowed for recommendation and implementation of strategies for managing and sustaining the change process at Forward Elementary School. Learning the skills necessary to effectively model and facilitate using digital tools to assess and measure student learning will be beneficial as school-wide implementation continues.